Building muscle and strength after 40 isn't about lifting heavier, working out longer, or risking your joints. It's about doing the correct exercises. I'm going to show you 8 weightlifting exercises backed by science, designed for longevity, that'll rebuild your strength and burn stubborn body fat at the same time. The first exercise is the gold standard for rebuilding a chest that's been neglected longer than your New Year's resolutions: the dumbbell bench press. Okay, here's the deal. Most guys make this move worse by ego lifting and, more often than not, hurt their shoulders. But there's a much safer way to do it. Doing this exercise correctly is crucial if you want to see the most transformation in your chest. Full range of motion stretches the pec fibers, triggering growth. So make sure your elbows are tucked in at 45 degrees. It's the sweet spot for chest activation and joint safety. Flaring them out too much can put your shoulders in a vulnerable position. Now, there is a secret weapon when doing this exercise that can develop your entire chest faster than most, and that's tempo. Lower the weights for 3 seconds, pause for 1, and then explode back up. Studies show time under tension beats mindless heavy lifting for your muscle growth. Why is the dumbbell bench press so important though? Well, your chest muscles decline fast, like Gen Z vocabulary fast. But it's all good, since compound lifts like this spike testosterone and growth hormone, which take a dip as we get older. Now, there's one exercise that changed everything for me. It's allowed me to build overall body strength while developing my balance as well. It is coming up in a little bit, but for now, let's move on to a leg exercise that's simple to do, but can build some serious muscle and strength. We all have seen a guy before that has a really muscular upper body, but his legs kind of look like toothpicks. I mean, there's nothing worse than a great upper body on a scrawny set of legs. But there is a move that separates dad legs from I hike every weekend legs, and that's the goblet squat. The most common mistake with the goblet squat is letting your knees cave inward. Keep them tracking over your toes if you want to preserve those precious joints. So here's why this works. Squats aren't just for quads. They fire up your glutes, your hamstrings, and your core, all while teaching your body to move as a unit. And the older we get, the more critical that becomes. Weak legs equals shaky balance equals you're a meme now. Want a pro tip? Squat barefoot or in flat shoes. Your feet have a ton of nerve endings, and grounding them will actually improve your balance. And hey, if you're thinking, this feels too simple, good. The best muscle builders are the ones that you'll actually do consistently. And you can make it interesting too. Have you ever heard of pause squats? Here's how they work. Sink to the bottom, hold for 3 seconds, and then explode back up. This is going to eliminate your momentum, forcing your muscles to work even harder. This will, in return, yield you better results. Research shows that goblet squats actually improve hip mobility and muscle activation better than machine-based leg presses, making them a powerhouse for functional strength as we age. Plus, holding the weight close engages your upper back and core. Think of it as a stealthy, full-body workout. Ever lifted a grocery bag and felt like you're trading your spine for the bag? Yes? Okay, listen up. No? Well, this next exercise will be why your answer stays that way. Blame years of hunching, scrolling, and pretending your posture isn't collapsing like a poorly assembled IKEA shelf. The fix? An effective exercise called the bent over row. This is going to have your upper back muscles singing. Grab some dumbbells, hinge at the hips, and pull those weights to your ribs. Now, despite the sudden urge to do so, don't yank with your arms like you're starting a chainsaw. Squeeze your shoulder blades first, as if you're cracking a walnut between them. Then bend your elbows. It's a lot more than just a row. It's a rebellion against slouching. If your lower back gets mad and threatens to leave you, try some chest-supported rows. This is kind of like giving your spine a first-class ticket while your upper back does economy. Rotate your palms inward mid-lift to torch your rear delts. These are the muscles responsible for keeping you from looking like a question mark. Oh, this is too easy? Add a 2-second pause at the top. You'll discover muscles you forgot even existed. And hey, that grip strength you're slowly building? A priceless byproduct, am I right? Grip strength truly is the secret weapon to dominating an exercise that we have later that'll make you feel like you've unlocked a cheat code for longevity. Anyways, studies show bent over rows activate key upper back muscles like the rhomboids and rear delts more effectively than lat pull-downs, making them essential for posture and strength. Why? Because it forces your rhomboids and traps to wake up from their hibernation. Now that your back is unshackled, let's talk about the shoulders that have been carrying the weight of your adulthood. But real quick, before we get into that, if you're looking for a way to combine cardio and strength training without needing a ton of space, you have got to check out Cross Rope. They've taken jump rope workouts to the next level with their weighted ropes, helping you burn more calories, build muscle, and level up your endurance in one simple movement. Personally, I've been loving their ropeless jump rope that lets you get the same workout indoors without ever hitting the ceiling or making that slapping noise. Plus, you can link the jump rope up to the Crossrope app that has over 2,500 workouts, lets you track your stats, compete with friends, and follow guided jump sessions, so you'll never get bored. This is truly one of the most fun and effective ways to stay fit. Go ahead and check them out using my link in the description below and you'll get a 15% discount. Alright, raise your hand if reaching for a coffee mug has ever felt close to impossible. After 40, your shoulders become the body's equivalent of a check engine light, mostly ignored until the hood inevitably starts smoking. The dumbbell shoulder press is how to upgrade from duct tape fixes to a full overhaul. Sit tall, press weights overhead, and pretend you're balancing a vase on your head, an expensive one. Some folks like to arch their backs like they're trying to limbo under a barbell. Don't. Instead, brace your core and press in a straight line. Your rotator cuffs will thank you with fewer pops and cracks. Now, this isn't just about sculpting bolder shoulders. Overhead pressing boosts bone density in the clavicle, which is pretty critical unless you actually enjoy ER visits. If you're too shaky, you could start by half kneeling. It's like stabilizer training for your entire body. Think of it kinda like a software update for your joints. Okay, lower the weight slowly. Time under tension here isn't a suggestion. It is the law. And if you're tempted to go heavy, save it for when you're ready. Light weights with control will build muscle. Ego lifting only builds regret. So we're not all as young as we used to be, and neither is our athleticism. But here's the good news. You don't need a time machine to get it back. Just a pair of dumbbells and a willingness to humble yourself. The Romanian deadlift is your ticket to a posterior chain that simply won't quit. It's about rewiring your body's hinge mechanics. So think of your posterior chain as your body's unsung hero. The glutes, the hamstrings, and lower back muscles that power everything from picking up grandkids to standing tall at your desk. Neglect them, and you're gonna start moving like a puppet with half of its strings cut. Train them, and you'll unlock some strengths that you never even knew you had. Spice it up by trying single leg RDLs. Single leg RDLs sharpen your balance by training your body to stabilize like a gymnast on a beam. And the core stability you're building here is the foundation for an explosive final exercise that'll make planks look like nap time. Alright, so you've built a back that could haul firewood and shoulders that laugh at overhead luggage. Now it's time for the guns. Let's go from, can you open this, into, stand back, I've got this. Flabby arms aren't just a nuisance. They're a billboard for muscle loss. But here's the honest truth. You don't need barbells or gym bro grunts to reclaim them. Dumbbell bicep curls, when done correctly, are a masterclass in tension. Why is this? Well, contrary to public opinion, biceps aren't just for flexing in mirrors. They're the unsung heroes of lifting groceries, hoisting toddlers in the air, and saving face when you gracefully trip on a curb. Studies found that controlled curls don't just build biceps. They fortify elbow stability, which tanks after 40 and turns simple tasks like opening jars into humbling puzzles. Weak elbows mean shaky pushes, pulls, and presses everywhere else. But if you nail this move, you're going to unlock a ripple effect. Fewer injuries, more confidence, and arms that don't tap out when life demands heavy lifting. Rotate your palms outward at the top of each curl. This is like flipping a switch to activate some forgotten muscle fibers, and they're the ones that keep your arms looking and performing like they're still in the game. And if your grip gives out first, don't worry about it. That's just your body's way of saying, thank you for finally paying attention. Ever felt your shoulders rebel when reaching for something overhead? Like your body's suddenly forgotten how to, shoulder? Blame it on weak scapular muscles and a back that's been retired since the invention of the office chair. But what if I told you there's a move so misunderstood, so underrated, that'll turn your upper body from a slouching liability into a posture powerhouse? Meet the straight arm pushdown. And no, it's not what you think. Attach a straight bar or rope to a cable machine set to chest height. Grip it with palms down, step back, and lean forward slightly. Now, keep your arms locked straight. Now push the bar down towards your thighs by squeezing your lats and retracting your shoulder blades. Again, imagine you're trying to crack a walnut between your shoulder blades. The magic? Your triceps are just along for the ride, and your back does all the work. Why this? Well, weak lats and lazy scapular muscles will turn you into a hunched-over phone zombie. This exercise fixes that by bulletproofing your posture, forcing your scapula to retract and depress, reversing years of slouching. It's also a backstage pass to pulling strength, which is critical for lifting groceries, toolboxes, and that 40-pound suitcase you swear you're gonna stop overpacking. Oh, and let's not forget injury prevention. A ResearchGate study found scapular stability exercises significantly reduce rotator cuff strain, which matters when you're hauling mulch or pretending that you're still in your 20s at the gym. Most people bend their elbows. That turns it into a triceps move, or they start to swing their torso, and that's cheating their back. Instead, move slowly. 2 seconds down, 1 second squeeze at the bottom. Personally, I like reducing the weight and focusing more on mind and muscle connection. I can feel the muscles working better that way. I feel it in places that my foam roller could never reach. Alright, now that you've got that back that doesn't quit, let's lock in a core that doesn't fold all the time like that one buddy at poker night. Your core isn't just about six packs. It's honestly the foundation that keeps you from wobbling like a Jenga tower during deadlifts or picking stuff up. Enter hollow body holds. Lie on your back, lift legs and shoulders off the ground, and press your lower back into the floor. Don't hold your breath. Instead, breathe like you're blowing out candles on a birthday cake. Why? Hollow holds force your entire core, the rectus abdominis, obliques, and deep stabilizers, to fire off in unison. Do these holds first thing in the morning every day for 3 minutes. I recommend checking this video out right here next if you want to train for longevity, and be sure to share this with a friend that you also think that it would help.